My first period was very confusing.
Oh, it was quite interesting. I was at my nanny's house.
The first time I was a little like,
my first period moment felt kind of funny and also weird.
So I got my first period when I was 13, but technically I realized that I've started bleeding when my second cycle happened. The first time I didn't even realize I'm bleeding because nothing stained, it was just very little spotting. The first time the bleeding didn't even look like blood for me to even understand that, oh shit, I'm bleeding now. And the second time is when I went to my mom because I was a little concerned, okay, this is happening a month later again. And I thought, okay, maybe I'm bleeding or not. I didn't understand. I go to my mom. It's the second day of my second cycle. I go sit with my mom in the morning and I'm like, okay, I have to talk to you about something. And before I could even start explaining what's happening, my mom saw my shorts and they were stained. They were badly stained. And my mom's like, bro, you got your period. Let me show you how to put a pad on now.
Oh, it was quite interesting. I was at my nanny's house and my nanny is one of those, I don't know how to say it, pakki puja karte hain. So unke, like, you can't touch anything in the house. You get like plastic furniture to sit on. So first that was a huge like change. And second, because I had absolutely no idea that what periods mean up until I got one. I wasn't believing my mum when she kept telling me everything's okay, all I need to do is put a sanitary napkin. My dad was out at the time and I remember sitting in the washroom till my dad came home, and I really trusted my dad at the time. So it used to be this scene where I was waiting for my dad to come and give that voice of confidence saying you're okay, because I was convinced up until that point that I was dying, I had cancer or something. I had no idea what periods meant.
My first period story was thoda hilarious. I got it in 6th standard and somehow I was the last person in my class to get it. And so वैसे थोड़ा सा stain हो गया था, and all 18 girls in my class were very invested in telling me and teaching me how to use a sanitary pad. So I was in the washroom extremely scared. मुझे पता था periods क्या होता है, but I was not like कि मतलब ये continuously bleed क्यों हो रहा है. I was like panicking. And then all these so many girls are explaining all together कि कैसे वो sanitary pad लगाना है. And मैं बहुत confused हो गई, तो मैंने पहली बार sanitary pad ऐसे उल्टा लगा दिया, like the cotton side was down and the sticking part was up. And फिर उसके बाद आधे घंटे बाद I stained again. And then उसके बाद then just 2 friends came with me and then they explained it to me properly, तो मुझे समझ आ गया. And then the class monitor was some guy and he was actually telling us to whisper in class, but my period brain was all like, वो whisper pad के बारे में क्यों बात कर. It was terrible. And then I was like, अच्छा अब pad लगा दिए तो अब ये बंद हो जाना चाहिए, like you put some stopper in a tap, but अब it's not the case. So I'm like, अच्छा अभी how many days will this continue for? And then turns out it continues for days. It was very like traumatic, and I was like, although I knew what periods was, it was still very like shocking. But हाँ, then उसके बाद से then afterwards I understood कि अच्छा ऐसे ऐसे होता है. I went and I told my mom and then she took more time to explain things to me. So then it was fine. But yeah, the first time I was a little like.
And my first period moment felt kind of funny and also weird. That I came back from school and I immediately know that something was coming out from my vagina. I immediately ran towards toilet and I'm like, notice, okay, why is it bleeding? And then I noticed like last year, they were like 2 years back, there were doctors who came to school. They told us this is how a woman's body, and we periodically, like every month we bleed. And then I got to know, okay, I have that stay free pad which I got from a school, though it's not an ad about stay free, but I immediately knew how to use that pad. No one taught me. I remember not even the nurses in the school taught us how to wear the pad, and I just knew that how to actually put that pad on my panty. So yeah, I don't know, it just felt that my body knew how to go through these these changes. So I was clueless, but I was amazed that my family members were there with me. My grandmother was entirely supportive of me. She was telling me what to have. She also told me you have a hot pad, you can keep a hot pad on your back or on your stomach if you're feeling uncomfortable and you're feeling pain. So yeah, this is the overall experience which I had when I got my first experience.